Hello, welcome to the August edition of The Parish Line, a production of CGov, the Calcasieu Parish Government Channel, about the events, programs, and policies of the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury. On this month's program, we will check in on the parish's new reporting app for your smartphone, update you on the attempts to fix the lights on the Interstate 10 bridge, and visit with the parish tax assessor about ongoing property reassessments. First, the police jury has taken steps to begin maintaining community sewer systems in the parish. Here's Jessica Williamson.
The Calcasieu Parish Police Jury is tackling the issue of wastewater one element at a time. The parish is in the process of inspecting individual mechanical sewer systems and recently passed an ordinance allowing the parish to maintain community sewer systems built in new subdivisions.
The parish is undertaking basically a 3-year program to inspect the nearly 33,000 mechanical plants. And while the numbers have been very good, the ones that have been found to be out of service and those that are in, I think it's closer to 60 or 70% have been really working fine, but there still leaves 30 to 40%. And so the why are we at this is really to stop the proliferation of those type of systems, to take one step toward regional municipal systems, because the key ingredient in these community systems is it puts in the collection lines and basically a location for a lift station that you would have in any regional system. So it builds the infrastructure at the point of subdivision development where it's the cheapest to build.
The ordinance deals with future developments. However, the parish plans to negotiate maintenance of existing community sewer systems. Currently, these types of systems are usually maintained by the developer of the property and through homeowners' fees.
Calcasieu Parish has subdivisions with existing community-type systems in them, and they are run or maintained on a private basis, on either a homeowner or a developer or a company or various ways that they're maintaining these.
The cost to the resident is $35 a month. The subdivision developer is required to take out a maintenance bond to cover any unforeseen problems.
The police jury will utilize their inspectors during the subdivision construction phases to monitor the construction of these systems and to sort of make sure that they're built to a standard and a specification that we'll feel like is satisfactory. But beyond that, the developer will be required to put a maintenance bond on the system so that there are some hidden problems that no one's caught that expose themselves in the first year, that we will have the funds necessary to set aside sort of an insurance policy to go and make those repairs. And that's one way that we're going to be able to keep major costs down to the homeowner in that first year where there's not a lot of homes necessarily built in a subdivision. So as there's more homes built in a subdivision and each one of those homes paying $35 a month, that money will go into revenue will be set aside for maintenance for those systems. It'll work a little better as they're built out, but initially they'll need to be basically an insurance bond, a maintenance bond for major repairs that are really unforeseen.
The intent is to one day have the parish on as few systems as possible. The exorbitant cost of retrofitting areas that do not tie into a community system is a barrier that the parish will have to overcome.
To go back to an existing subdivision and to retrofit it to have even a community system in it is nearly twice the cost once it's developed, because by that time you have all the driveways, you have all the mailboxes, and all the other things, all the other utilities are in the right-of-way, so it gets to be a much more complicated problem. So there's probably a number of reasons why the police jury is taking this, why it's the right next step for the police jury. They're just really getting ahead of potential problems, and really it goes back to the concept that let's try and start doing things, stop the bleeding, to where we're not compounding our problems that we already have. Take some proper steps, and it's all come through research and looking around at other communities and trying to see who has solved this problem a little better, and trying to learn from those guys and putting those things in place here. And so I think it's a good step, and it's not the end, it's just the beginning of overall, comprehensive wastewater strategy for Calcasieu Parish, which, if there's a goal at the end of the day, it's so our environment is clean, and that's really, I guess, the reason we're doing it all, and a good one, so that we protect what we have here.
For the Parish Line, I'm Jessica Williamson.
With roughly 33,000 sewer systems in the unincorporated areas of the parish, the goal is to have fewer systems, making wastewater easier to control. The police jury launched the new Eagle app last month to allow citizens to report a variety of issues. J.P. Booth reports on how it's being received.
Got litter on your road and wish someone would pick it up? Now there's an app for that. Giant pothole on your ride home? There's an app for that too. Cultural Affairs Coordinator Jason Barnes tells us how the police jury has made it even easier to report the things that bug you.
The Eagle app has been out for about a month now. It's been very popular with the community. We think it's going to be a very well received app for now and in the future. We have probably had about 180 to 200 reports by now in its first month. So it's a good track record for us, and it's a good first month. It really is gaining a lot of popularity throughout all of Calcasieu Parish, and people are really recognizing the fact that it's a very easy and convenient way to report civic issues here in the parish. Basically, you can report any kind of problem that you see. We have many issues that you can report that are on a drop-down list, such as like litter or an abandoned car or boat, which we sometimes have close to our boat launches, ditch problems, drainage issues, a pothole. We've got a lot of those issues that are already listed on our app, but there are other issues that may not be listed, and you can just select other and enter in whatever you'd want to report on. So it's very simple. It's just by taking a picture, adding a couple of things, and then sending it off. We follow a sort of a catchphrase that we've developed. It's see it, click it, and send it. And basically, it really is what it is. If you see something that you want to report, you take out your phone. You can take a picture with your phone. You can take video, or even record audio if you'd like, on the particular issue that you're looking at. Once you take that picture, the Eagle app will open up a new screen, and you will choose which issue that you need to report that sort of aligns with the picture. Once you do that, you are asked to enter in any kind of description, any additional information you might want to enter, and then you press a button. You send it, and it gets sent to the right department. So it really is a see it, click it, send it type philosophy that we're really excited about, and makes it very easy for the user. You can actually know and be confident in the fact that when you send off a report to us, it's automatically sent to the right department that needs to handle it. And if we may not have jurisdiction over that area that they're reporting, we make sure we send it to the right personnel or right department to handle for us. For the most part, we have had no problems with the GPS mechanism. It's an X marks the spot type philosophy that we have with the app, and it's great for us because once we see the picture, we can also locate it on the map, and there are no problems in trying to locate where the issue is. That's one of the great innovative things that are existent in this new app, is the fact that you can actually, it's almost like the app does everything for you.
Except download itself onto your mobile device. Only you can do that.
Eagle app is practically available on all smartphones. It's available on the iPhone. It's on Android-based units and also Windows-based units. You can get and download the Calcasieu Eagle app for free in any of those marketplaces, depending on what phone you have. So it's very simple to find and locate and then download for free. It's an easy service to get started with. It's a very familiar type app that no one really should have any problems understanding, and we're always here to help. If you run into any problems, you can contact the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury, and we'd be happy to assist and help anyone download and get them started. Because really, when it all comes down to it, civic reporting is essential here in a community this size. Calcasieu Parish is like the 6th, 7th largest parish in the state, and you know, with all of the municipalities, the police jury included, working out there in the public, we can't be everywhere, and so we rely on our public to show us things that are important and important issues in solving and remediating. And that's what Eagle App does for us and for the community. It betters the community, and by reporting these important issues that we can go out and fix.
For the Parish Line, I'm J.P. Booth.
The Eagle app is free and can be downloaded from iTunes as well as the Android and Windows marketplaces. Parish property owners will begin seeing some changes in their valuations. Margaret Higgins tells us more.
Calcasieu Parish is once again going through reassessment of properties. Tax Assessor Wendy Aguillard informs us on why this process takes place.
2012 is a state-mandated reassessment. The Louisiana Constitution and the revised statutes mandate that all assessors reassess property, at least real property, at least every 4 years. Personal property is reassessed annually, but real property has to be reassessed at least every 4 years. And that's designed to make sure that property values are as fair and equitable as possible for the property owners. Personal property are business assets, anything used to run your business, inventory, machinery, furniture and fixtures. Real property is land and buildings.
The reassessment does not pertain to one part of the parish.
Certain areas that are targeted where the largest discrepancies are compared to the market and to the tax roll, but the entire parish has to be reassessed. And what we do is we determine if property values based on sales are up or down, and we adjust accordingly.
Aguillard explains how the assessor's office performs reassessment.
We have an appraisal team that uses a variety of tools to assess property, everything from field inspection to permits to aerial photography. They also collect sales data, and they do that through the Clerk of Court's records and through the MLS system. And then they analyze all the data collected, and they look at our tax roll and determine where the largest discrepancies are during reassessment. And then we will target those areas and specifically do each individual property within that area. And then the rest of our reassessment happens through what's called mass appraisal. All assessors across the state use mass appraisal, and that simply means that we assess property on averages. We'll take a particular subdivision, and if sales in that particular subdivision are, say, $85 a square foot on up to $91 a square foot, we'll average that and apply it to the entire subdivision.
Property owners may be concerned with how reassessment will affect taxes.
The assessor's office doesn't set the value. The value is established by the market, a willing seller and a willing buyer. And the value that is established in our office is only a part of the equation as far as tax dollars go. The value, simply stated, the value less your exemption, homestead exemption, times a millage rate, or your tax rate, equals the tax dollars. Once the values are established and set on the tax roll, then each individual taxing district is responsible for setting their millage, and they have to do that by law. The normal process is, if values go up, then millages are rolled back. That's done by law. The taxing districts then have to determine if they need additional funding, and if they do, they can go through the legal process called roll forward, or they can go back to the voters and ask the voters for additional funding or millages.
If you disagree with the value of your property, you can call or go into the tax assessor's office and discuss any questions with the staff.
They can bring in a current appraisal if they happen to have one of those. They can also bring in their insurance declaration page. That shows replacement cost new according to the insurance company and gives us kind of a place to start to work with them. if we're off from that. Then there's also the official protest period, and that happens 2 weeks in August. During our open book period, they can officially protest their value with us, and then if an agreement can't be reached on value, then they can go ahead and protest the value to the Board of Review, which is the police jury. It then can go to the tax commission, and ultimately it can go to court if a property owner chooses to do so.
For further details on the reassessment of properties and the tax assessor's office, visit their website at calcasieuassessor.org or call 721-3000. For the Parish Line, I'm Margaret Higgins.
The tax assessor's office is open from 8 until 4:30, Monday through Friday. Could we finally have a fix for the I10 Bridge Lights? The Parish, the cities of Lake Charles and Westlake, plus the Department of Transportation and Development have teamed up to attempt to solve the ongoing issue with lighting the Interstate 10 Calcasieu River Bridge. Parish engineer Tim Connor explains why the lights keep going out.
Basically, the problem on the bridge has been that a maintenance issue. The lights that have been up there over the years have not held up well with the vibration in that environment, and so they've been looking for another solution. And with today's technology, LED lighting, they believe that they've got a solution that this will work. So that's what we're currently pursuing. Well, what's the problem with the vibration is that the original design of the bridge did not include lighting, so it was a retrofit. So they had to come back and attach lighting, and the way they did that, they attached it to the bridge railing. So that compounds the vibrations. If it were attached to the structure itself, which is a more costly project, perhaps we wouldn't have had some of the vibration issues that we're having, but that's amplified by being attached to the railing, which then creates the problem for the lighting. There's been increase in traffic. There's more truck traffic than probably what was originally expected, and so that all of that are factors that contribute to some of the vibration problems.
The lights were initially installed in 1973, but they have never worked well. The lights have been off since the late 90s, while officials sought a solution.
The Department of Transportation has given the city, the parish, permission to pursue that program, and we'll be able to put up 5 pole-mounted light fixtures, as well as a couple of what they call wall packs, which will go on the actual superstructure of the bridge itself near the top. And that will be our pilot program. And if those can hold up to the vibration in that environment for a minimum of 3 months, then we would be able to be given the green light to go forward and pursue the full lighting of the bridge.
DOTD does not consider lighting bridges as a safety issue, but most spans of the size of the I-10 bridge are lit for the comfort and convenience of travelers.
The total original estimate of this project was around $450,000. That's being split up between the city, the parish, the city of Westlake is making some contribution, and also we've got some federal funds that are going towards the total cost of this project. Francis Anderpont has been persistent and pursuing this project, and is, to his credit, I believe we're where we are today, and so I appreciate his efforts and the jury support as a whole in this project. And the city has been, working on their end as well and making their contributions to getting this project underway, so I appreciate their efforts as well also.
The new fixtures should be arriving soon and will be installed in September. Results of the pilot program should be known and announced by the end of the year. The police jury helped Parish senior citizens get health screenings recently at a unique event. Molly Morgan was there.
Block parties are always a great way to get to know one another, but on July 18th, a different kind of block party was held. Human Services Director Tarek Polite explains.
We're having a community outreach meeting today for our seniors. It's a senior block party, and so we're very excited to have many of our community partners who are here today to provide information to our senior citizens of our community.
Several healthcare agencies joined together during the Senior Citizens Block Party. Synergy Home Care and Harbor Hospice, Lake Charles Care Center, Oceans Behavioral, we all were kind of putting our heads together about this community. We feel like a lot of the people in this area aren't really aware of the resources that's available to them and all the different things that is offered to them that their Medicare and their Medicaid pays for. And so we wanted to reach out to the senior communities in this area, especially for this particular event, and let them know what all we can do for them. And we always let them know this is no cost to them, and it's just great resources for them.
Polite explains about the basic screenings that were done.
Well, basically, there's a variety of things that's taking place today. Perhaps some of the biggest is the health screenings that's being done today. So where many of our seniors are able to come today and get basic screenings for diabetes, cholesterol screenings, and other type of health-related screenings.
Several parish entities were on hand to offer advice and help to our seniors.
Today we're at the block party to give out a lot of information on health, and we're doing screenings for the citizens that are here, and just to let them know a little bit about all the different health issues that face a lot of elderly today. We have blood pressure checks as our main health screenings, and then some of the other booths are doing different kinds. With flu season coming up, we're giving all kind of information out about flu shots, when they should do it, if they will need a pneumonia shot, and just some of the other illnesses that come up, during this time of the year. Allergies are bad, but we're really encouraging everybody to go get their flu shots this year.
For the Parish Line, I'm Molly Morgan.
You are watching the August edition of The Parish Line, a production of SeaGov. A special group of soldiers visited Sulphur last month to raise awareness and money for veterans injured in action. Jesse Freeman reports.
The Wounded Warriors teamed up with the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury and other sponsors to raise money for their team of veterans with disabilities. Convention and Visitors Bureau Senior Sales Manager Eric Zartler explains.
The event was for benefit for the Wounded Warrior amputee softball team. Basically, it's a group of men who travel the country and play softball in front of crowds all over. They have 50-something, I believe, stops across the United States every year. They were able to squeeze in Sulphur this year. There was no opening, but they were able to squeeze it in and come to the area. They play. It's amazing to see the challenges that they face and how they overcome it. They beat the local all-star team here 2 games in a row. So it was just amazing to see these guys out there. An outfielder with one arm, he'd catch the ball, throw the ball up in the air, throw his glove off, catch it, and throw the ball in the infield. And it was, wow, and just the best attitude about it. They were positive, upbeat, and I think they really brought a good message to the people of Southwest Louisiana.
Zartler explains how the police jury played a part in this event.
The police jury was very instrumental. Les Farnham was on the Bayou All-Star team, and they were very instrumental in helping to bring this event to town and their involvement in the planning.
The police jury also contributed by donating $10,000 in gaming funds. The event was very successful.
When you raise that kind of money, you raise $200,000 for a charity that is used to coming to an area and getting 40 or 50 max. There was a lot of community support from our area.
For the Parish Line, I'm Jesse Freeman.
The All-Star team featured local politicians and current and former pro athletes from the area, including Casey Daigle, Pat Rapp, Nate Livings, John Thompson, and Buford Jordan. It was organized by Olympic softball pitcher Jenny Finch Daigle. Thanks for watching The Parish Line. For more information on any of these stories or to see the program online, visit our website at cppj.net.